What's going on, YouTube? It is Casper Sport Takes here with you again. We are going with part 2 of the 2021 running back rankings. We're going to keep it with the top 10 right here. At number 10, we have Antonio Gibson. Plays for the Washington Commanders. He had 229 overall points, 14.3 per week. He rushed for 1,037 yards, 7 touchdowns, also provided 42 catches, 294 yards with those, and 3 additional touchdowns as well. They're behind in a lot of games. They use J.D. McKissic a lot. That's why Antonio Gibson is at 10 and not further. Dude's a beast. At number 9, Cordarrelle Patterson, 234 points overall, 14.6 per week. He had 618 yards rushing, 6 TDs, 52 catches, 548 yards, 5 touchdowns. Didn't do much of rushing. He's not a running back per se. Obviously, he caught a lot of balls because he is a receiver by trade. But the Falcons are the Falcons, and they're going to use whoever to be successful. Number 8, Alvin Kamara. 234 overall points, 18 per week, 898 rushing yards, 47 catches, 439 yards, 5 touchdowns. He also had 4 touchdowns rushing, by the way. He missed a bunch of time, but he still came up in the clutch when he did play. Only played 13 games, so he missed 4. Let's go with number 7, Ezekiel Elliott. 252 points overall, 14.8 per week, 1,002 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns, 47 catches, 287 yards for those, 2 touchdowns. Zeke was a no-show this year. Zeke was not Zeke. Zeke looked slow. Tony Pollard is going to take his job very shortly. Number 6, Leonard Fournette. 255 points overall, 18.2 per week, 812 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, 69 catches, 454 yards, and 2 TDs. Brady loved throwing to him out of the backfield. He got the ball a ton, and in that offense, ball control offense, he's going to get the rock a ton. He comes in at number 6. Coming in at number 5, James Conner, Arizona Cardinals. 257 points overall, 17.1 per week. He rushed for 752 yards, but he got the ball every time on the goal line inside the 5. He had 15 touchdowns. 37 catches for 375 and 2 additional touchdowns. He, inside the red zone, he was a monster. They just gave him the ball every single time. Chase Edmond, they didn't even know who Chase Edmond was inside the 20. James Conner got the football, pounded it in each time. He comes in at 5. Number 4, Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon had 287 overall points, 17.9 per week. Rushed for 1,205 yards, had 13 touchdowns, 42 catches, 314 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Joe Mixon was an animal for Joe Burrow and that offense. He kept the defense on their toes, ran the ball real effective. He's going to be a stud for a while. Comes in at number 4. Number 3, Najee Harris. 300 overall points, 17.6 per week, rushed for 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, 74 catches for 467 yards, 3 additional touchdowns. Najee Harris ran behind the worst offensive line ever in the history of football, besides maybe the Seattle Seahawks rushing attack. But he got the ball so dang much that it didn't really matter. He was going to put up fantasy points regardless. And they threw him the ball out of the backfield because Ben Roethlisberger can't throw. So he got a lot of catches as well. So he was definitely fantasy irrelevant. He'll be fantasy relevant for years to come. Number 2, Austin Eckler from the Los Angeles Chargers. 343 points overall, 21.4 per week. only rushed for 911 yards, didn't quite get to 1,000, but he had 18 touchdowns on the ground, 70 catches, 647 yards, 8 touchdowns. They threw him the ball a lot. Justin Herbert throws it 80 times a game. He's going to get his catches on screens and little bubble passes. He's going to rush forever, too, because they throw the ball and lighten the box a ton. And number 1, Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis Colts. 373 points overall, 21.9 per week, 1,811 yards rushing, 18 touchdowns, 40 catches, 360 yards, 2 more touchdowns. The guy is an absolute monster. He's going to be good forever. He's huge. That offensive line is good. All they do is give him the football because they have nobody to throw to. And now that they have Matt Ryan, they're still going to give him the ball to throw to. And that's where Jonathan Taylor comes in to take all the fantasy points. By the way, just an FYI, these rankings are based on full point PPR. Because, let's be honest, that's what I play. So here are the actual stats. If you want to see them, I will show them to you right now. Just in case you want to see what they actually are. And I put games played because I divided games played by overall points to get per week. So that's why some of the per weeks lower are higher than the ones up top. And here is 1 through 5. That is it for my rankings for running backs. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video, and we will be back with tight ends tomorrow. Until then,